Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to FM Projects. And this is one of those things that you kind of have to see to believe here. So you see this right here, spend the original transfer budget. Very disappointed. And the disappointment here is that our reluctance to spend the transfer budget has been deeply concerning. We know already the problem here about signing high reputation players, but that spending the original transfer budget is much more difficult than you think. So when we take a look here, the original transfer budget was what, 363 million renminbi. We've spent about 100 million of that. As you can see here from our wage budget, we have a whole ton of players coming in. I'll even show you here in our transfer screen. We're not going to hide inactive deals. We'll just look at the players coming in. As you can see, I have purchased almost enough players to form another squad. A number of these are younger players, 15, 16-year-olds who might have some potential and who might not. Some of them are older. Some of the players are older players who we signed at the very beginning as sort of like desperation signs, who it turns out were not able to come in until January. But it still leaves us with this problem of having a huge transfer budget that we can't really spend. And part of the problem that we have is that we're so far down the pecking order that the players who cost so much money simply don't want to come to play with us. So there you have it. Today we've got Zhang Yan in goal, Fan Xiang, Ye Jie, so two of the three Musketeers, along with Paulson and Junin Ho here in the back, Calvo and Wade. Tang Xincheng is alongside Liu Yue. Liu Yue has been playing very, very well as of late. We have Para, the infamous Chilean hat-trick machine, alongside Gao Yang. Gao Yang hasn't had a lot of starting time lately. He has, you can see here, 4 starts and 4 goals. The reason why, of course, is because Huang Bowen is playing much better with 14 goals out of 7 starts. And Huang Bowen, I'm tempted to actually start him instead, but we'll keep him on the bench here for a little while, see if he gets upset or not. And as you can see as well, we have Wu Ping back on the bench as opposed to Hou Yu. Hou Yu is not training well, and I am losing patience with him. We do have other goalies coming in, no worries, but Wu Ping, who is by now sort of a channel legend, the goalkeeper who arguably is the best one on our squad, certainly is worth the most money out of the goalkeepers on our squad, has no self-belief at all, and yet has played really well for us in the 3 games that he has started here for the senior team. We've got 84 goals as a team out of 14 games. We've got 42 points. We've won every match so far, and we're probably going to win this one as well. We're against the Qingdao Red Lions here at home, and off we go. There was some question as to whether we should have been starting Yi Jinyong today, who is technically back from his broken rib problem that he's had for the past 2 months. But we've decided to leave him off of the roster for the time being and let him rest up. We're almost 10 minutes into this match now, and we haven't scored yet, which is unusual, as you know. Here is Wade, and he kind of lumps it forward to Gao Yang, a pretty bad-looking pass forward, and Calvo hits the shot from range, and I guess that was deflected. If that was supposed to be deflected, I don't think Football Manager did a good job of showing us that. Here's Calvo now with the corner. And the corner comes up, and Tan Xingcheng was there on it, but unable to get his head onto it. Back to Ye Jie, over to Jin Ho, over to Wade. Back to Ye Jie again, over to Para, and he's got his first goal of the match. And I think he was onside. The ref is not making any sort of motion indicating that he was not. That was close. Boy, we get Para scoring. Of course, as you know, we're going to score a lot of goals. And Para there, all you have to do is sort of lump it forward. He's faster than everyone else. And he's I can't remember if he's 18 or 19 years old, but he's young. And he'll be around for quite some time, Luciano. And we really should have, in retrospect, we should have focused on building up a team made solely out of youth, because it's the youth players who are playing really well. And the older players are kind of acting as the bench warmers, but it's all right. Calvo now over to Liu Yue, and he's got Para right there. Does he see him? Liu Yue takes a shot on his own instead, and it ends up going to Tan Xingcheng over to Jin Ho, who takes a shot from range, and that ends up going behind for a goal kick, even though that was pretty clearly deflected by a defender, but whatever. Tang Xingcheng now over to Calvo, and Calvo is not able to get over onto that one. And boy, we really could use our Koreans there in midfield. I'm kind of resting them. They're a little bit tired after overuse. Liu Yue now over to Para. And he's unfortunately unable to really get his foot around on that one. Back to Ye Jie, over to Fan Xiang, to Calvo. looking for Liu Yue up the middle, and he's looking for Gao Yang, and Gao Yang's just too slow to get to it. This is the reason I've been telling you this. This is the reason why we haven't been starting Gao Yang, because that's what happens when we start him. He's unable to get ahead of his men, and he's unable to provide the sort of excellence that we need. But of course, as I say that, he has a great assist there to Luciano. Parra with the goal, his second of the game. He's going to have another hat trick today. You know that. Gao Yang with a very, very good piece of play, and that was a good assist. Very well done. We're kind of, messing around a little bit here and there in midfield. Wang Hao was about to get onto that one, but was not quite good enough. And it's Parra with the goal, and Yanbian with the 2-0 lead, just like that. And let's see what happens now. Let's see how long it takes us to get the ball back. Qingdao Red Lions are looking better than a lot of the other clubs that we faced so far, though that wasn't very good. Fanxiang easily able to get over to that cross to nowhere, a bridge to nowhere. And it's over to Paulson now, over to Jininho. Jininho now back to Wade, over to Calvo. Calvo moves it up the field himself over to Gao Yang, and Gao Yang scores his first goal of the match. And he's trying to show to me that he probably should be starting full time. But I really like Huang Bowen better than Gao Yang, and we're probably going to see a lot more of Huang Bowen than Gao Yang. Fifth goal of the season for Gao Yang in as far as league games are concerned. And that was a pretty nice little dump over the goalkeeper, and not a bad move. 3-0 now for Yanbian. This is a little bit more like it. This is what we were expecting. And it is a corner for us. Liu Yue takes it, and let's see if he can find Paulson. And it's over towards Paulson, who's fouled, and it's going to be Parra here for his hat trick, and he gets his hat trick on 21 minutes. And we'll see if he can get more than that. Maybe he can score 6 for us. Who knows? 2 goals in 5 minutes for Yanbian. Not anything that's really unusual if you've been watching our matches. And the thing that I find a little unusual is that we're not seeing more supporters come up to the games. I guess that the presumption that we're going to win kind of leads people to not come out. But with a team playing like this, you'd expect there to be a pretty hefty crowd. Now, Yanbian is not exactly the most populated area of China, but I mean, it's only a stadium of 30,000. They can surely fill that. Gao Yang with a shot from range, and looks like he was trying to hit the second deck with that shot. And here he is again with a free kick over to Yejie, back to Tan Xingcheng. Tan Xingcheng surveys the field. Hits it back this time to Jininho, over to Tang Xingcheng again. He's got a couple of men for a cross, but doesn't cross, and then does finally a little lumper cross. Here's Calvo, who tries a shot from range that goes nowhere. We win a corner out of that. I'm not quite sure how deserved that was. We look pretty bad doing it, but we'll take it. Calvo now with a corner. And it goes upwards, looking for Tang Xingcheng instead. Who was that? Was that Gao Yang who got onto that one? I'm not quite sure who got onto that one. And it goes out for a goal kick. And Tang Xingcheng now, and he is dispossessed there, and it's Deng Yunong with it back to Songhua, and moving forward, and there's nobody there, and Zhang Yan picks it up, and I'm not sure that Qingdao's had a shot on goal here yet. Paulson now over to Fanxiang. And Fanxiang sits on it and holds it for a second, lets everybody catch their breath, then brings it up himself, looking for Gao Yang. Gao Yang is able this time to make it past the defense, and his shot is wild and far off. And this is where I wish that Huang Bowen were in there, because Huang Bowen would score. Gao Yang, he hits that with the wrong part of his foot. You can see, instead of hitting it with the toe, he sort of hits it with the top part of his foot, and not really what he was looking to do. And we have given up a penalty, and that's Yejie who's given it up. Yejie has been complaining to me he hasn't been starting enough games. Well, son, if you want to play more games, you can't be making defensive moves like that. And Zhang Yan doesn't know where he's at, and he's completely beaten on that one, and it's 4-1. We've given up another goal. That's the 4th goal that we've given up all season, and it's a sign of disaster to come. Yejie, you may have seen, if you've been following the blog, I turned down several offers for Yejie, up to several million renminbi, because he's such a great leader for the club. But in terms of his actual playing ability, I'm not so convinced. Juninho trying to get this off of Wang Jianwei and is unable to, tries twice, fails twice. Wade now is able to simply take the ball off of his man over to Gao Yang. Gao Yang back to Calvo. Calvo looking for Liu Yue, finds him, and it's Parra with an attempted shot from range. Nothing doing, though, and we're being a little frustrated here, aren't we? Chen Yu Hao now, and boy, stay tuned. They might score again. Paulson, though, back to get that one off. Wade almost has a shot on goal for them, and Zhang Yan, unfortunately, able to get his foot around onto it. Gao Yang now over to Liu Yue, and that's always going in. Liu Yue continues his good run of good form, and we have a 5-1 lead. And a second ago, I was about to say you should stay tuned because you never know what's going to happen. But I think by now you probably have a good idea of what's going to happen. Gao Yang over there to Liu Yue with the easy goal. He just sort of knocks that one in with the side of the foot, and there's nothing that the Qingdao goaltender can do to stop it. And we have a 5-1 lead. 19,284 here at the stadium. Like I said, I mean, it's a pretty good crowd, probably best crowd size we have in the entire league, but we can fit more in than that. And there should be more people who are interested in this team here. I mean, come on. We're undefeated and we're scoring goals. We already have the record for most goals scored in a season. And we're only, 14 games, 15 games into it. So, I mean, we should have more people than, 19,000 showing up. We should have around 30,000, I think. Calvo now with the set piece, looking for Tan Xincheng, can't find him. Ye Jie over to Liu Yue, and this is going to be probably the end of the half. Paulson now, and he has a shot from range, ill-advised, but wins a corner out of it. I don't think we'll actually see this corner, though. I think that we're going to hear a whistle. No, we do see the corner. Calvo now takes it. Interesting choice by the referee, and it's over to Fan Xiang, and he can't get around onto it, and that is the end of the half. And you feel almost like that's the end of the game, given what the score is. You blew him away. Good job, boys. Very, very well done. Yeah, of course, Gao Yang thinking about taking him off, but he's having a real whale of a game. Parra has his hat trick already. We can't really take him off. Tan Xincheng's not playing very well. We'll put Rico on for him. And, yeah, we'll keep it at that. Zhang Yan not having a great game there in goal, giving up the one goal. I'm thinking about Wu Ping. I'm looking at Wu Ping. I'm not putting him in yet, though. We have Wu Ping here on the senior squad mostly for the purposes of getting him mentored up to try to get something going with that personality. And here's Parra finding Gao Yang, and Gao Yang better score this, and he doesn't, of course. Gao Yang playing well today, but not well enough, apparently, to score goals. Calvo with this corner. And looking for who? Looking for Rico, and Rico can't get it in. Rico shouldn't be playing in that position in the corner, of course, because he's pretty short. And this is what happens when you change players without changing the corner tactic around. And I don't know about you, but I really wish that I could set up my game so that the assistant manager automatically changed around the stupid corner tactics. I don't have to keep going in there. Calvo with a point-blank shot there at the end of that free kick. And I don't know how he managed to miss that. The goalkeeper had one of those cartoon stretchy legs that came out and grabbed that one, I think. We'll see here on the replay. As Gao Yang here, of course, taking the shot from goal, and Calvo. And, yeah, Sunbo doing the splits there, the goalkeeper for Qingdao, doing the splits to save that one. That must be painful. But I think he's had his recovery time by now. That didn't look like that was much fun. Fan Xiang over here to Liu Yue. Liu Yue takes it. Moves it forward over to Gao Yang and back to Rico. And where is Parra? There's Parra. And he's way out of position and can't do much with it. Liu Yue now in good position over to Fan Xiang, who is fouled. And there's no call. And that movement ends up looking pretty bad. And we're looking kind of pathetic here, guys. We should be scoring goals again. Juninho over to... Don't know who that was to. Over to Liu Yue, now over to Calvo. And it's another one of these Calvo shots from range that he never really is able to hit. And anyway, so it is. We get the ball back. Paulson wins it back. Calvo now with the ball over to Liu Yue. Looking again, looking forward. Finds Parra. Parra playing in Liu Yue's position. And they've swapped places. And that should have been a goal for Liu Yue. They swapped positions, which confused the defense like crazy. I think it's the first time I've seen that happen from this team. And the defenders didn't know where they were going. They were going up or down. Calvo now with it, controls it over to Liu Yue, who has a shot from range. We got to take him out. He's pushing and trying, but he's not doing much positive with it. And Rico unable to get to that free kick. Paulson, though, wins it back over to Calvo. Calvo passes it forward, lumps it to Liu Yue, who can't get onto it. Fan Xiang now with it. Controls it, looking for a cross, finds a cross over to Rico, and another one hits the crossbar, and Rico just sort of bad luck here so far, and we're going to pause the match here, and we're going to make a couple of quick changes. I am going to take Liu Yue off, put Guoyi on, and I think I'm also going to take Gao Yang off, despite the fact that he's playing well. We'll put Huang Bowen on there, and I'm not going to make the change in goal. I'm very, very tempted to do it, but I'm not going to do it quite yet, though you might see Wu Ping come back tomorrow. I've not been impressed with our two older goaltenders. Parra there with a little header from way out, and it looked like one of those, in tennis where you get the little volley up forward, you try to confuse your opponent with it. The problem, of course, is that the goaltender was in the right position, but an interesting thought by Parra. Rico now over to Wade, and he has a shot, and Parra needs to tap that in, and he misses it. He missed it completely. It was the defender who almost knocked that one in for us. The Qingdao Red Lions defender almost knocks it into his own goal. So how about that? XG, by the way, of 0.80 for Qingdao, which is, I think, the highest that we've faced so far in a league match, although you can go back and watch. I might be wrong. But, of course, that was because of Yeji and his ridiculous foul in the box. And here's Guoyi being beaten on this one and sort of hanging behind on the play. Zhang Yan is able to get back to it and make the save. But I'm a little bit worried about this defense right now. And I think that the problem really is Yeji. Juninho now moves it forward, looking for Guoyi. Can't find him. Juninho really shouldn't be starting this many games. Honestly, he's not good enough. Zhang Yan able to make the save. And I tell you, for a team that's scored as many goals as we have and that has dominated the games as much as we have, I can see a lot of problems. Tan Zeli now with the corner up, and Yeji is able to head that one out of danger. And Huang Bowen passes it to himself and takes it down and is fouled from behind by Li Fengyin. And that's got to be a yellow card. Huang Bowen just doing a little one of those LeBron James things. I don't know if you saw the NBA All-Star game the other day, but LeBron James with that passed himself off the backboard. That's what Huang Bowen did there. He lumped it forward to himself, and he was probably about to cross it to himself too if he could get past his man. Fan Xiang now over to Calvo, back to Fan Xiang, over to Wade, looking to dump it forward, over to Parra. Parra playing in an unusual position over to Wade. Parra fouled, no call. They're playing continuation. Rico has another one hit off of the top of the crossbar, and I guess he was offside. I didn't see him as being offside, but I'm not going to challenge it here. We've dominated possession as always, but we're not scoring any goals here in the second half, and I've got to really ask some questions about what's going on. Wade brings it down over to Rico, over to Parra. Parra's got to score number 4, and instead he messes around with it and lets the defense get back. This happens sometimes in Football Manager, right? You get your player has a hat trick, and then they can't score anymore. Calvo with the corner over to looking for Fan Xiang, can't find him, and that ends up being the end of this. I just want to show this again. Look at just how absolutely ridiculous this is. So he's way ahead of his man, and what is he doing? Take the shot first time. Instead, he allows both defenders to get back onto him, and we win the corner, which ends up doing nothing because I haven't done the right thing with the corner routine. And we're going to win this match 5-1. And Huang Bowen now has done absolutely nothing, tries to look forward, and that is clearly the end of the match. And there's some sort of strange offside call that I don't fully understand. Yanbian wins anyway, 5-1. Hope that you enjoyed that. I did, though. I think we have to have a talk with the boys after this one. This was a little bit embarrassing. If you like that, hit the like button. Subscribe for more. We'll have another one of these for you tomorrow. And leave a comment while you're at it. Talk to you later. Bye.